Okay, it's Andrew Eborn here. How you doing? Welcome back. On today's show, I have got Tiago. How you doing, Tiago?
I'm very good, Andrew. How are you?
I'm not too bad. I'm glad we managed to connect. We had a bit of fun and games there, didn't we, for a while?
Yeah, we managed to make it work at the end.
It's all brilliant. So whereabouts are you phoning from? Where are you based?
I'm based in North London,
Right.
and I'm just taking the quarantine as best as I can, really.
Yeah, I was going to say how it must have affected so many musicians and artists in an extraordinary way. All of those who are used to being out there and doing it all live are now confined to their
Yeah,
bedrooms.
yeah, dramatically because shows has been cancelled. Artists do not want to go socialize in the studios where there's 10 people sometimes in one room breathing the same air, and then there's drinks and foods everywhere. So all of that, yeah, you have to stop. But I did call some friends because I guess because of the quarantine, some people started to get comfortable, a bit more comfortable. And I called three of my mates, and they all went through a creative blockage. But all of a sudden, 2 weeks ago, we all start kicking again, and everyone's back on track.
No, that's brilliant because you find a lot of artists, they've been really creative because they're so used to being out there doing shows. And you've either got to find out that you become, as you say, you get your creative block, or sometimes it can be really, really productive just to have this special time.
Yeah, it was. All what we did is me, my girlfriend, and my mother-in-law, we just start planting things in the garden. We got some beetroot, some cabbage, we got some tomato, so we just, start going back to things that are very simple in life, and, sometimes we don't realize, like, simple as planting a little tomato plant and a little potatoes and things, just, and realizing spending time with people, like we play some bowling in a house with a Nintendo. We will start doing some gym routine. We're trying to make a routine, so we don't go a bit loco.
Yeah, no, I think a bit loco, that being the operative word. But you're right. I think what happens is people start to value the real things, the things which are important, which we sort of forget about.
For sure. And that's the most important things, we need to keep remembering. And
Uh,
these were good for the planet as well.
Oh, it's fantastic for the planet. I'll tell you what, the skies look brighter, the birds sing a lot louder, and people, I think, are being nicer to each other, aren't they?
Yeah, I hope so, because go a long way. I mean, yesterday we're trying to go to the park, and for the first time, try to fully walk, but there was some police trying to people away. So this still going on.
Yeah, I think that's the interesting thing because there is a definitely police presence, and I think that there's a confusion about what people have been allowed to do because they said first of all you've got to stay at home. People understood that, but you're allowed to go out and get some sort of form of exercise. Today it's changed. They said you've got to stay alert.
What do you mean? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, so Boris is about to announce it. I can let you know first here live. They're changing the stay at home message. That's gone out the window. And now they're saying stay alert. And there's going to be a bit of clarification. When I've spoken to people about it, they said, well, you can stay alert, so you've got to be at home. But also when you go out, just make sure you're doing your social distancing and things like that. So it's a little bit confusing, but hopefully in the next few hours, people will be a bit clearer.
Yeah, sure. Today will be announced, isn't it? And I guess this will change a lot of the rules towards this corona. It's like the AC and BC, after and before corona.
Right.
You know. So basically, you know how it was when the terrorists and people had to change some laws in the airports,
Yeah.
and they came to the smoking banning. So some places start to be changing the laws, and because of this virus pandemic, laws will be changed, and that was a way as well. Good for the government to put some laws. That would be the perfect time for them, isn't it, to prevent other things to happen.
Well, I think that's right. And they're talking about tagging people in terms of you have to have this app with you, which will tell you whether or not you get within a certain distance of people who might have the virus. And then all of this sort of data, rather like carrying the old bells you used to carry around saying I'm clean. But the data is not publicly known. You'll just get told afterwards that you have been exposed for a sufficient period of time that you have to isolate.
I know. So, but I don't know how everyone will react to it, just thinking about the privacy. no one wants to ever up and to know where they're about and what they're doing, and so that's the constant pros with things, isn't it? It's always a catch-22.
Yeah, I think it's right. And they say that, we've been told, that it's all anonymous. So you won't know that you've had it, well, you might know that you've had it, but you won't know that necessarily the other people you've been in touch with, you won't know who the relevant people are. But time will tell. And I think there's a lot of questions to be asked. And what I found as well, Tiago, is that I've been speaking to people around the world, and it's been fascinating to me, the differences. So we've spoken to artists in Australia and New Zealand. I was just on with people in Germany, and they've all approached it slightly differently.
Yeah, and this will go somewhere. We just don't know yet. I guess we have to take a day at a time and see where it takes us.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. But speaking about the way that people approach things from a music point of view, it has been extraordinary because lots of people were doing gigs and so on and so forth. A lot of concerts were obviously cancelled or postponed as a result, and people have gone online to do things in a creative way. How's it affected you?
So what happened is, when I'm staying in the studio for a few hours and you don't have contact with a certain people, and the influences around you, they will change, and that will influence in your music too. So I think this will be very good for the music, because something new is going to come from this. Some people have been isolating for so long, trying to come up with something new without listening to other influences. Something new is going to come from the music genre. It's going to be an evolution for sure. And I'm really excited about it.
I know. I think that's right. It's going to be a new way of collaborating as well, which I think is interesting. So we've been doing a lot of virtual concerts. I know it's that fantastic one with Lady Gaga and that sort of stuff. So let's go back a bit, Tiago, and tell me about how you began in the business.
I began in a business. I was in a group, and then this last year I started to become a solo artist, a music producer. So this last year I was working on an album project for an artist called K Coke, and that's out the way. So now we got some mixings and process to do, and the album will be almost finished. While that is going on, I'm working on my own solo project as well. I'm trying to get as many tracks as possible, and then I'm going to release them one every month. Release them, no stopping. So, and then it comes to a point where I'll be working in an album, but that will be an interaction that I'll have with the fans, and how the projects will be going as a solo artist, because it's an exciting journey. So this Corona and me have to rebranding myself from a group to a solo, I think it came a perfect timing.
That sounds very good. So tell me a bit about, first of all, the group and how that came about before you came onto a solo artist. Tell me about the group.
So the group was me and another girl, and then we had several people. Sometimes we had two girls, sometimes we had a boy, but then it ended up just being me and another girl.
Right. Was that Robyn?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was Robyn and Tiago, and then after that, we worked on a project, but we never even promoted the album or anything. So we decided that we should rebrand ourselves. She wants to go her own way, I went my own way, and this Corona came a year after I was working on the project. And like I said, I'm very excited about this evolution and these changes that's happening right now.
Yeah, it's always very interesting, because obviously that's how we first came across you with Robyn and so on and so forth. What went wrong?
What went wrong? I guess people oh, sorry, I got a pop-up on my window. People don't really know the meaning of loyalty, I guess. I think it's just a word for some people. Some people live by it. I guess that's what the difference was.
And it's obviously been very personal, actually quite a painful experience, because one of your taglines is loyalty is family. Do you feel betrayed?
No, in life, you know, some people, they give you one chance or two chances, maybe one chance. With me is, if I see something in you, I'm going to give you all my trust. I'm not going to hold nothing back. Okay, now you have all of me. Now you can make me just bloom, or you can make me die. You know, like, so basically, I'll take the trust if you wasn't capable of holding off my trust.
No,
So
I
if that makes
understand. But so was there a particular moment when you felt that that trust was betrayed by Robyn?
certain moments in life, yeah, for sure, 100%. Because, you know, sometimes if people are honest, even though it might be painful, but the honesty comes a long way, you know.
No, no, honesty is absolutely key. I mean, Robyn will be watching this at the moment. What do you want to say to Robyn?
If Robyn will be watching this, just her to know the true meaning of loyalty, and, you know, just keep looking for good things, because everyone is in their own journey and everyone's learning.
Okay, I think those are good words, and I do believe that building bridges, because one day you could collaborate again.
I wouldn't think at the moment right now that would ever happen, because I'm so focused on such a different direction that I don't think that would have been possible at this time being.
Okay, well, let's talk about that different direction then, on a positive thing, because you work with some great people in the industry in the past. Going forward, talk about the people around you, because you worked with Dappy in the past and so on and so forth. Talk about the people who you're currently working with, and where you see that going.
Where that was going, so it's still going. So we got some projects under the line. I do not want to talk much about them. I'll just let my success talk for itself. But it is a working in process.
Okay, fantastic. So where can people see what you're up to, or when can we hear a bit more about you as a solo artist?
So basically, I've been quiet on my Instagram. I just opened a new account, I think, last year. I've been quiet on my Instagram. I've been quiet in all my social media, because I just really been, like I said, rebranding myself. I was working on a project for over a year and a half. So now, as I'm working on my own projects with other artists, I'm just finding the right way to come as a solo artist, to find my flow. And because obviously when you are in a group, you're going to be limited to the chords that you play, because you have someone else to think about. You have to think about what the other person's reputation, what that other person wants to betray. And so obviously when you are being solo, you have more of less limits. You can be more of yourself, if I'm making sense. So I'm very excited, and my social media will be more active soon. For now, everyone can follow me at Tiago Got the Keys, and very soon I'll be throwing all my stuff out. You won't have enough of it.
Well, that sounds brilliant. And did you feel restrained then, when, I mean, the language that you're using, did you feel quite restrained with Robyn?
Sorry, say another question again.
Did you feel quite restrained? You talk about being liberated and not so confined in terms of what you're allowed to do artistically. Did you feel quite restrained with Robyn?
Not just with Robyn. It was when I started making music, I was in a group. And then I went to move into another group. And then when I was in a production group, I started to be in a group with Robyn and another girl. And then it was a boy, like I said. So I guess all those times, and people around me, and they're saying, you being Latino and singing in Spanish, doing things in English, you can rap, you can sing, you produce, like, try something new on your own. You don't need nobody. So I'm having a go and I'm loving it.
No, fantastic. So next time you come and join us, you'll bring some stuff. We'll be able to hear some stuff. We'll be able to play it.
Yes, I've got some stuff, but I would rather just keep it quiet. And once he's ready, I will present it, because I do realize that every product sometimes is not what it is, but it's how it's presented to people too, you know? So once he's ready, you'll be one of the first to know.
Fantastic. So what sort of time frame are we talking about? Are we talking about weeks, days, months?
I'm talking about 3 months minimum starting, where my social media will be active and the songs will be start dropping, videos, interviews, and everything following that. Some underground projects that I cannot talk about yet.
Okay,
But I'm
I
excited.
love it. It's got to be. I'm so pleased that you managed to join us today, Tiago. Thank you very much indeed for your time, and we'll come and see you next time. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Have a nice one, and hope you have fun in this quarantine.
Absolutely. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye. See you later.
Bye-bye. There you go. So that was Tiago, and we're going to hear a lot more about him in the future. In the meantime, I've been Andrew Eborn. You've been great. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.